We have a very large program and a very good program and a lot of high quality teachers, but we saw that there was an inconsistency in where teachers were within the semester, and we have an influx of students that move from school to school and class to class based on differences in their job schedules and such. And so we wanted to create a more uniform program where it would also be easier to have professional development. So what we did first is we decided we needed to adopt a core text. I asked teachers from different sites and different times to come and be a part of the core text adoption process. And I was very careful to choose teachers who were very vocal, who were very good, and also did not believe in the project, so that I knew if I got their buy-in and they were a part of the whole process that it would come together very smoothly. So what we did is we took a year and I went to publishers and asked them for materials, and we created a book evaluation form and also took the CASAS competencies, and we had presentations by the publishers, and the teachers went home on their own and checked through to see are these books covering what's in our course outlines, and are they covering the CASAS competencies. So the first year was the core text adoption, professional development by the publisher, and teachers in other districts who have used the book to train our teachers in how, on all the materials available to them, so that they were comfortable going into the class and using it.
Once a core text was selected, what we did was we created a pacing guide to ensure that everyone was covering the same information and also was in the same place more or less at the same time. So we created professional learning communities, and the person who facilitated this portion was trained by CalPro. And then what we did was we selected our strongest teachers and some of our most resistant teachers to ensure that everyone was buying into the project. Once that was done, we looked at our course outlines and we decided what were the most essential learning elements that we needed to make sure were covered. Once the essential learning pieces were included, then we started looking at assessments as well. And so that's actually the current part where we're at. We're developing our assessments. We went through and made sure the assessment questions were indeed part of our essential learning elements, and that any assessment questions that were not, those were removed. We've been really happy with some of the outcomes, which is this commonality in professional development. We're able to have a more focused professional development now as everyone's using the same curriculum. One success story that jumps out at me is I had a teacher who had been teaching for many years, was very comfortable with his basic communication skills course, and wasn't really interested in changing anything, and he was very honest with me about that before entering the professional learning community. And he said, you know, I think what I do is great, and I think it's going to be a hard sale, but I'll listen and we'll see how it goes. And at the end of the process, he told me, you know, I am so happy with what we've accomplished here, and am so impressed at the level of rigor that we were able to obtain here. The pacing guide was a living document, so we are continuing to improve it based on teacher feedback and based on how lessons are taught and what kind of information they're receiving from it. And we also see it as something we plan to expand into other program areas as well, as we found the uniformity has just been such a big bonus for the teachers and the students.